Hi everyone! It's time for a hashtag event, Love Winter Art, and today I'm going to show you how I paint snow. I'm using craft paint today, and it's a variety of different brands, and I'm using cobalt blue, white, orange, yellow, and dioxazine purple. These colors I use to make the color of my snow, and by doing this I have all the shading and highlights that I need. It's important to have a base coat of a darker color first, and that's why I like to use a little bit of ultramarine blue, white, and dioxazine purple, and just a touch of orange. And this will make a really nice grayish bluey purple, and it looks great for nighttime scenes or dusk or real shadowed areas. So here I am mixing and just adding a little bit more of purple, and I'm going to cover this whole page in the dioxazine bluish gray color. And I want to make sure it's really good and dry before I continue. And what I'm going to be using is this bristle brush. It's great for dry brushing, and that's what you want to try and do with the white that I'm going to be putting on. Now I'm going to be putting a little bit of the white paint into the background color that I already had mixed up, just to darken or lighten, the color just a bit. And this will be my first coat for the snow. And I want to make the snow kind of look like it's uneven, like somebody had been trudging through it. So if you have that look, you'll have shadows in the snow. And this is how I make the shadows and highlights. So I'm just basically dry brushing this color on. I don't really have a pattern that I'm going by. I'm just viewing it and seeing what I like. You can always sketch out your areas that you want shadowed or highlighted. It is important to try and blend out your edges. You don't want your edges of white to be really hard looking. You want them to be softly blended out. And we're almost done here. And next I'm going to add a little bit whiter again, so just adding a little bit more white to that background secondary white color that I started with here. There I am, just adding a little bit more white to it, just a shade of orange, just to gray it down a little bit. And now I'm putting on some highlights. So where you think the moonlight or the sunlight's going to be hitting the snow, and you'll see the tops of the light snow. And again, you want to smooth out your edges as well as possible. I'm just getting a little bit more white here. And what I'm doing off to the side is actually just taking off a little bit of that paint so that my brush is a little bit more drier, not a really wet, soppy paint brush, because you want to be fairly dry when you're doing this for it to look proper. And there I am, just blending out the edges a little bit. Now I'm taking a number 12 flat shading brush, and I've got some burnt sienna, and I'm going to mix some dioxazine purple with this. And if you want, you can also add a little bit of white depending on how light you want this. And this will kind of give you a really nice looking brown, kind of an old brush brown. And I'm flicking them up, and that way you get this little bit of hairs that come up. And this is going to be my grasses. And you notice that I put them in the areas where there was more bluish tones, more of the shadowed areas. And now I'm taking some white, and again, it's not pure white, it's mixed with a little bit of orange, just a tad, and I'm making kind of a comma stroke going up the pieces of grass. And then you want to make sure you blend your bottom edges out. Here I have a script brush, and I'm just putting in some longer grass. And you always want to make sure there's a few broken ones just to give it a natural look. And there might be a few single or double ones sticking out of the snow there, and that's what I've done. And now I'm going to get my script brush and just go up these pieces. And as you notice, it's on one side, like the wind had blown the snow in one direction. So it's going up the grasses, and you can take them up for quite a bit. Depends how much snow you want on, really. And I love the look. It looks so realistic. And it's so easy to do. And now I'm going to show you how to do snowflakes. Now I'm going to wet my paper, and this is really important because faraway snowflakes aren't really hard looking. They're kind of soft and faded. And to be able to do this, you have to wet your page. And when you spray it, as you can see, the flecks start to bleed out into the water, and it gives it a blurry look. And then give that a dry, and if you want some really close-up ones that are more, what would you say, you can see them, they're more defined, then you can get your white, make it a little more thicker, not as watery, and then do it over again, and that'll give you your up front looking snowflakes, more defined looking. And it's so easy. And as you can see, I'm using a toothbrush, and I'm using my index finger, not your thumb, because you'll get yourself right in the eye if you use your thumb. So use your index finger, and that way you can position them where you want to. The farther up you hold your toothbrush, the more farther apart the spray will be. So there they are. Very easy to do. I hope you give this a try. It looks so realistic, and I love doing it. So get your paints out and try it. I think you'll be really surprised. And if you enjoyed this, please subscribe. You'll see a lot more how-tos. Have a great night, everyone.